Flosstube friends, it's time for a special episode. And it's time for a special episode of Flosstube with me. And we're going to be doing a bit of stash dive. I'm so excited. So yeah, I thought this afternoon I would do a bit of a stash dive. So it's going to be a two-part video because I have 2 buckets of fully kitted projects that I want to look at as possible Maynia starts. I am going to do Maynia. I am still wrapping my head around what my plans will be exactly. I had initially said I was going to do like Whip Maynia. Yeah, no. We're fully invested in being inside until May 4th at least. So yeah, we're going to have some fun Maynia starts. I don't know if I'm going to do 15 by 20. I think I'm leaning towards 20 because it's 2020. But we'll see. We'll see what I come up with on these 2 videos. So this video is going to be 2 buckets of fully kitted projects. And then the next segment will be a bucket of fully or waiting on supplies projects. In fact, some of those came this week and I'll show you that stuff in my normal Flosstube video here shortly. And then some patterns in case like, hey, something in my patterns looks good. We'll see. So, I hope everybody's doing well. This is not in lieu of my normal Flosstube video, obviously. But I am sitting in front of my stitchy spot right now. And I figured we would get down and dig deep into these buckets and see what we have. So we got pretty project bags in the first one. So the first one is in a So Much to Love bag. I think this was the November bag of the month. And this one holds, this is Ink Circles Aspen Mandala, which I think is really very cool and very pretty. I have it fully kitted with the called for fancy flosses, or close to the called for. And then the called for linen, which is Mystic Fabrics Winter Solstice. And I think this is a 36 count linen. So as much as I love this, I think I've got a lot of fall projects. And so I think I'm going to say for the time being, this is not going to be in my Maynia possibilities. So let's put that to the side. Next up in this cute bunny bag. This is from the Punch Needle and Primitive Stitcher magazine. From this is the spring one actually. This is Lindy Stitch's Hedgehog House. And I'm thinking this could be a potential. And I've just got some, I think this is an 18 count Ada, just a random, it might be mushroom, I'm not 100% sure. And I have the called for DMC. This is a possibility because it's on the small side and it's super cute and it's spring. I'm kind of loving this video angle. I'm kind of loving the lighting too. We might be sticking with this. So I'm gonna put this in possible on my other side. So I got nope and yes. Or no. No and maybe. Not yes. I haven't said yes to anything yet. My feet are hurting from my shoes though. Alright. So then we've got in this, it's a plastic project bag. I have Mirabilia Alice by Nora Corbett. And I have all of the DMC pulled. And I have chosen 32 count Lavender Lugana for that. I am going to say this is not. Because I'm loving my current Mirabilia and I want to give it just due. So I'm going to say that's a not right now. Alright, so then this is a So Much to Love bag and this has pretty butterflies on it. And living in here is my Kathy Barrick Painted Wings with my note from Kathy Barrick. And I am doing a conversion on this. I don't know if this is going to be my, I picked the linen, but I'm thinking I want to pull a different color of Ada that's close to this. I have purchased a piece, but that is a 32 count mystery from Mystic Fabrics. And I have pulled a palette that's very different, but it's Mrs. Sadas silks. So some mid-tone pinks, orchidy, lilacs. So this is a possibility. This is definitely a possibility. Although that, I need to look at the linen and see if I really want to do it on linen. So that's a possibility. This is, I mean, I'm pretty sure for sure. And it needs a fancy bag. And I have a fancy bag for it, but it hasn't been shown in stash, so I can't. And this is Blackbird Designs, All Joys for Thine. It's beautiful. It's based on a reproduction. And I have it kitted with the called for Heartland. I am doing 18 count. And all of the beautiful called for flosses. Ugh, it's just such a pretty palette. So that is a for sure. That is a for sure. So I need a for sure pile. For sure. And it will get the fancy bag here shortly. All right, so then this is a project sleeve that I sewed up with some Tula Pink fabric. And this houses, this was a purchase off of Stash Unload. And this is Erica Michaels Tudor Roseberry. This was from the All About Berries Club, I believe, this past year. I was not part of it, but somebody was destashing it. And it came with the finishing wool and the pretty pearl head pin. And it also came with the flosses, the called for flosses. It also has a Weeks Dye Works Twilight. And I have pulled a piece of 36 count vintage maple sugar linen from Lakeside Linens. So that's a possibility. So far we've only got one for sure. Possibility. This is a So Much to Love pouch. That tag is wrong. That's on there. And this houses, this was actually a freebie from someone when I ordered a couple of charts from them. And this is a Little House Needleworks Blessed Are the Meek. And I just think that's really cute. It's a small. I mean, it's fairly small. I think it's 75. Well, okay, it's not as small. 75 by 75. And I have, for this, I kitted this from Stash. So I pulled, this is a piece, I believe, of 16 count Veterus from Mystic Fabrics. And I pulled Shabby Sheep, Classic Colorworks Shabby Sheep for the sheep. I pulled in 2 coloring cottons, Chestnut and Barnwood. And then I've got just DMC White, Gentle Arch Cherry Wine, and then the dark green is a Mrs. Sadas Silk. This was from Christmas. I love this, but I feel like it reads a bit winter, and I really don't need any more winter projects either. I know I have a lot of Christmas, but I don't really feel like I need any more winter projects. So I'm going to put this in the, not right now. This could be a good one to start in July. For Flossmas in July or Christmas in July. Okay, this one lives in this pouch that I sewed up. And this is Lizzie Kate's Cherish All Living Things. This one I have kitted with the majority of the called for, or close. This is one that I had previously started on some Witchelt way back in the day when I did not know as much as I know now. And I have it slotted to go with this really pretty 18 count super light lemony yellow from Mystic Fabrics. This is a possible. That's a possible. It's spring, it's cute, it's nostalgic. All right, this piece lives in this fun sleeve. And this is Erica Michaels' These Three Things Remain, Faith. Now this is the one that actually has the silk gauze, and you're intended to actually stitch all of it. The green is all stitched and the dark color is all stitched. I ended up, I'm not stitching it on the gauze. I picked up, I think this is 32 count, Picture This Plus Memory. So it's really pretty. Let me see if I can get it to show real true to color. And then I have this with this really pretty Threadworks variegated with blues and greens. Blues and teals. Anyway, I am going to say this is not, and the reason being is that until I finish Great is Thy Faithfulness, this is the project that's going to go next after that one. After that. And I have the paper from the bag from Stitches from the Heart. And it's, I'm sorry, it's 36 count memory. Not 32 count, 36 count memory. So that's going to be a no for now. My hair's a little doing its own thing today. I'm even rocking a little bit of 90s in the front, and I love it. All right, this is in my Batbirds pouch that I sewed with the upside down birds, which we call the Batbirds. And in here lives, this is all Dolled Up by Little House Needleworks, and this is Snowy Pines. And I think this is really precious. It's just got some natural linen and then the called for DMC. And I'm going to say this is too winter for right now. We're going to pass on that for right now. We're almost done with one bucket. All right, this is my Magical Moth pouch that used to hold Magical Moth Sal, HL's moth, which is completed but not yet back up on my wall. I need to take care of that. And this one holds Satsuma Street's Libra. I think this is so fun. Bright colors, super bright colors. I have this with a piece of 18 count Navy Aida, just super standard Navy Aida. And I kitted this mostly from my stash. It's pretty much the called for DMC or close. I know that says Autumn Bounty, but it's not. So, as much as I would love to start this, I'm going to say no, but only because I already have 2 Satsuma Streets going too. All right, so let me put some of these back in this bin that are not getting started right now, and we'll go to the next one. So we so far have 1 for sure start and 4 maybes. So that's pretty good, actually. All right, so living in this is a Diddly Daddle in-hand stitcher bag. I love this one with the vintage scissors, excuse me. This one holds Cranberry Christmas by Hands On Design. And I have pieces of, I believe this is 18 count Veterus pulled for it. And I will be stitching this with the Sulky pack. And as much as I am would love to start something on Sulky, I'm going to say no for right now because I don't really need any more Christmas projects until I finish some more. So that's going to be a no for now. So I'm going to move it into the no bin. To the sad no bin. All right, this is a Love You More Studio Co. pouch. It's denim with gold dots. And this one holds Suffrage Act. And I believe I have, this is a mystery piece of neutral 18 count from Mystic Fabrics. It's all the called for flosses. I bought it, chart and flosses from a shop, all kitted like that. And then I just added in my neutral linen. This is a for sure start. That's a for sure. And my thought is to maybe start that one at the 6 month before Election Day. So I'm not exactly sure what day Election Day is in November, but start it exactly 6 months. So like the 4th or something like that. All right, so this one actually does not have fabric because I pulled it for something else. I stole from it. But it's not going to get started right now, but I'll show you anyway. This is Firefly Fairies from Lavender and Lace. So fun. Love it. I have all the called for DMC, but it's just not ready to be started right now. I'm not ready to have another big one. All right, living in this little project bag this was a Yarn Tree exclusive from Market this year. This is Tiny Modernist Folk Art Sampler. And I think she is adorable. And I think she reminds me a little bit of Pippi Longstocking. So I am converting her hair to red or orangish red. And so I have this with a piece of 16 count kind of gray Aida from Mystic Fabrics. I love this. It's a really super light dove gray. And I have the called for DMC. And I'll show you what I'm thinking I'm doing her hair in. I think it's these two. So I have the called for DMC, which are really fun and bright. Oops, pastel-y, springy. There's one dark one. And then I think I'm going to be doing her hair in these two. So I think this is a potential start. It's it's fairly small. It's 99 by 104. Okay, it's not as small, but it's fairly small. I like the oval finish. So I'm going to put that in possible. I'm going to take a sip of water now. We're trucking along here. All right, so next is another big mama. This was one I just purchased. This is Teresa Kogut, Heaven and Nature. And I have it kitted with a piece of 20 count dyeing for cross stitch. I believe this is Llama is the colorway. I think it's really pretty. It's 20 count. I think I already said that. And all of the beautiful, oh my gosh, this color palette is just gorgeous. I mean, it's kind of gotten all bunched up in there, but it's just beautiful. But to me, this is very Christmas. I am thinking this would be a good July 1 start. I'm not, don't pin me down on that, but I'm thinking that this one will be good for Jolly July or Christmas in July. That's going to be a not right now. All right, this one I don't have a cover image for, but this is, let me look it up real quick. This is Barbara Anna Designs. You know what? Let me pull it up from my drive. This is a Barbara Anna Designs. I have a lot of Barbara Annas on the go right now. So it might be that I need to say no to this right now. But I really would love to start this one. So let me pull up. It is, here we go. And hopefully this will show. This is All Creatures Great and Small. Let's see. So I just love this. I have this kitted with, this is a piece from Stash Unload from a seller by the name of Oksana. And she always has albums going in. It's just a really pretty light neutral. And all the called for DMC. So this is a possibility. This is an 18 count Ada. It's a possibility. Possible. And I need to get a cover image. Okay, in this bag, I actually have more than one project. The first is Little House Needleworks, Blessed is the Life. And I have this one kitted with, I think, half of a piece of that by that same Oksana 18 count Ada. And I did a bit of converting. So I've got Classic Colorworks. I did a lot of converting. Victorian Motto, Weeks Dye Works. I've got, I definitely am beefing up the color palette on this one. Because I love the sentiment. Blessed is the life that finds joy in the journey. This is definitely a possibility. Definitely. We're going to put this in a maybe. Let me see what else is in here, because I don't know if it's a maybe too. Oh, I love this one too. This one is Little House Needleworks also, and this is My Sheep Hear My Voice, and this is based off of John 10:27. And it's got these 3 skinny little houses, some fun trees, sheep. I'm so into sheep, and I just, I love it. I've got the other half of that same 18 count, and I did color converting on this as well. So I've added in a dark purple, a blue, a gold. So I'm not sure if that is a maybe. It's a maybe. They're both a maybe. Both a maybe. Oh, my baby pile is growing. My baby pile is growing. Oh, what's this? Oh, okay. I think these are both going to be no's, but I'm going to show you anyway. So these are 2 more of my stacks. So this is Henpeck. And Henpeck I have slotted with Priscilla's conversion on Mushroom Lugana, 25 count. It'll be 1/1. And then Sheep Heap, which I have on Wedgwood, 25 count. And I did a bit of converting myself. I narrowed down the color palette a bit, but kind of kept it true with the kind of darker pink and the purple color for the flowers. So those are so fun, but those are not right now starts because I already have 2 on the go. I have Rack, Stack, and Gobble Gob, and I need to get further on those. All right, let me stretch my feet out. Problem with having long legs. All right, so next up, another plasticky project bag. These are a lifesaver. This is my Noah's Ark mantle, which I think is awesome. I have this with either a 16, did I write it down? I'm sure I didn't. Either a 16 or an 18 count. I believe this is Veterus because of the little bit of green that's in there. It's not a very big piece once you do it on, I think it's why it's on 18. So yeah, I have that. It's got some fuzzy on it. And then I have the called for DMC or close. Again, when I was kitting some of these up, I was trying to pull from stash and do my best. Now some things got kitted and I was like, all bets off. All bets off. By all the called for. And then some I was like, you know what, if it calls for 38, 35, I might have something Victorian motto that's close. I'm going to say this is a possible. Possible pile is growing. I've got 2 for sure's. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, I've got 9 maybes. All right, so this is another Noah's Ark piece. This is Into the Ark by Blue Ribbon Designs, which I think is awesome. I bought this with the called for floss off of Stash Unload. And I have a piece of 32 count Picture This Plus Velt pulled for that. And it calls for 5 skeins of Weeks Dye Works Rum Raisin. And I just bobbinated them. As much as I love this one and would love to start it, I think if I had to pick between this and the mantle, I would choose the mantle. So I'm going to put this one to the side to say, not right now. All right. Being kind of ruthless here. Okay, so this one is Country Cottage Needleworks Liberty Lane. And as much as I dislike stitching houses, I'm kind of excited about this one. I have a piece of 18 count Vintage Country Mocha pulled for this one. And I will be doing this with the incredible Priscilla's Conversion. Just it's a classic colors. This is a possible. This is a possible. It's in the right season or getting close to the right season. That's a possibility. Okay, this one is not right now, but I'm going to show you anyway. This is a Butternut Road. This is Catch the Wind. This is a fun vintage pattern from 1991. I was not stitching in 1991. And I have pulled for this a piece of really pretty, like blue-gray, cream blue-gray Ada, 18 count. It's also from that Oksana, and I do already have all the DMC pulled. This is a not right now start, but it is so fun. I love that one. We're getting to the end of the bucket. Getting close. Okay, so this is one I just showed not too long ago. This is the first of the Dying to Stitch Berry Club berries from this year. This is Live Simply. I like the Quaker look of it. I already have a berry that I'm thinking about, so I think for now I'm going to say not this time. But it comes with the finishing wool and all the flosses. That's it, not right now. We got 2 more new market charts. So the first is a Tiny Modernist. This is Love Builds a Happy Home. I love this. So fun. And I actually just pulled a piece of 28 count white Monaco. And the reason why I did that is because these colors are so bright and so fun, and I could not put it on prim fabric. I could not put this on prim fabric. And it doesn't actually have any call. Oh, these are going to start dropping. It does not have any call for white. So it is pops of color. So fun. So this is a possibility. Put that back in there. We're getting more than 20. I know I've watched a couple of other stash drives. And people got big plans. Big plans for Maynia. Big plans for Maynia. All right, the other one that is a possibility for Maynia would be Tiny Modernist Unicorn Tapestry. This is so fun. And I just love all the little critters, the two like unicorns like basking, like, oh yes, we are regal. And I actually had in my stash, no less, a awesome piece. Now this was from Color and Cotton last year at some point. Is a limited edition Ada. It's actually making it a little bit lighter than it actually is. And it is a little bit lighter. But it's a 16 count. And I've been hanging on to it because I love me some Color and Cotton. And I think it's pretty perfect. It's maybe a little lighter than what's called for, but I like it. And then the color palette is fun. Fun, fun, fun. Fun, bright DMC. I like to have some things that are DMC. So, as much as I love this, I think I'd rather start Love Build to Happy Home. So, I'm going to say that's a not right now. So, to recap. 2 for sure's. All Joys for Thine and Suffragette. Those are for sure's. Woo! Actually, I have one other for sure, but it will be in my other video because it's not fully kitted yet. And it will be after my normal Flosstube video. Love Builds Happy Home. Liberty Lane. The Noah's Ark Mantle. Oh, that's from Bent Creek. I did not say that. I've got 2 more little houses. Blessed is the Life. And Sheep Hear My Voice. Barbara Anna Designs All Creatures Great and Small. This is Tiny Modernist Folk Art Sampler. Cherish All Things by Lizzie Kate. Tudor Roseberry by Eric Michaels. Hedgehog House by Lindy Stitches. And Painted Wings by Kathy Barrett. So that is a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 maybes and 2 for sure's. And I've got another like 2 buckets. I've got one more bucket. Yeah, one more bucket. And then my pattern bucket. Pattern stash dive is just going to be more like, hey, let's look at some of my patterns. But yeah, I'm kind of excited about Maynia. And we're under 30 minutes for this one. For an extra, that's pretty good. So, if you feel like it, leave me a comment on one of the ones that was my maybe that like you think I should for sure start. I mean, I can't guarantee that I'm going to for sure do that. But anyway, I will see you here in a little bit for my regularly scheduled Flosstube weekly update. Bye!